Hey, City Center Baptist Church family, it's Pastor Brad coming to you from DDQ headquarters. Digging Deeper question number 5 this week asks, the Father's cry, I believe, help my unbelief, gives amazing insight into the human condition and the fight for faith. What does this cry reveal about the person and the way forward for his spiritual journey? The story of Jesus' interaction with a demonized boy's distraught father centers around faith. Jesus expressed some exasperation due to his followers' faithlessness in Mark 9:19. But at the end of the story, as the disciples privately asked Jesus the reason for their failure to help the boy, Jesus pointed out the missing piece of the puzzle: prayer. Nothing else reveals our faith as much as our prayer life. For many of us, prayer is an afterthought, or feels futile, or is forgotten, or is relegated to a last resort out of desperation when all else has failed. But Jesus modeled it as a priority and as our greatest privilege. Prayer demonstrates we believe God exists, that He hears us, and that He alone has the wisdom and authoritative power to accomplish His plans and purposes. Prayer is the greatest indicator of our faith. So when this father in distress came looking for Jesus, it appears he was motivated by faith. He believed Jesus could help him. However, when he first arrived, Jesus was atop the Mount of Transfiguration with 3 of his disciples, along with Moses and Elijah discussing his upcoming passion. The man found the other 9 disciples below and asked for their help. Alas, they failed. Perhaps they were relying on past ministry successes, or they were overconfident in themselves, or were approaching the challenge in the wrong way. Whatever the case, the boy remained in his demonized state. The disciples' final indignity was the eruption of an argument with some cynical scribes. When Jesus returned, the man turned to him, explaining his predicament. He had intended to bring his son to Jesus, but his faith had apparently been rocked when Jesus' disciples proved ineffective. So the man tentatively asked if Jesus could do anything for him. Jesus immediately picked up on the man's faltering faith and confronted it. If you can, all things are possible for one who believes. The man's cry, I believe, help my unbelief, provides a window into his heart and by application into all our hearts. As Christians, we want to believe. We know we need help, and we trust that God alone can rescue us. But we struggle in this physical realm with things that reside in the metaphysical realm that we can't see, taste, hear, smell, or touch. So we must trust. And we cry out to God for His help to overcome our unbelief. We want to be faithful people, but we struggle with failing faith. We're like Peter, who walked on top of water before giving in to the wind and the waves. Or we're like all the disciples who marveled at the withered fig tree as Jesus urged them to pray. Or again, we're like Jesus' followers who blurted out, Lord, increase our faith, when told to forgive repeat offenders repeatedly. It is our faith in the Lord's ability that empowers our prayers and turns the impossible into the miraculous. All things are possible for one who believes. This has been Pastor Brad coming to you from DDQ headquarters.